This is Delhi. Please stand by for the next broadcast. This is Akashvani. The world was already aware of ancient Indian wisdom of yoga, but it took the world by storm a decade ago when 21st June was declared as International Day of Yoga. Since then, yoga has etched deep into the public psyche, whereas the world has already realized the holistic impact of yoga on health. There is yet another facet of yoga that is growing up strong, that is being explored in the national program of features tonight in the form of a feature entitled Yoga, the S Factor.
सेल्फ के लिए और सोसाइटी के लिए योगा का क्या महात्म्य है, योग जिंदगी की सहज प्रवृत्ति कैसे बने। जैसे टूथब्रश करना हमेशा का क्रम बन जाता है, बाल संवारना हमेशा का क्रम बन जाता है, उतनी ही सहजता से योग जीवन से जब जुड़ता है, एक सहज क्रिया बन जाता है, तो वो प्रतिपल उसका बेनिफिट देता रहता है।
This is how Prime Minister Narendra Modi reflected on his thoughts for World Yoga Day in 2024.
For self and for society, what is the importance of yoga? How can yoga become a simple activity of life? Like brushing teeth, combing hair becomes a routine. With the same ease, when yoga becomes a part of life, it becomes a simple activity. So every moment, it benefits us.
Sang chadhvam samvadadhvam sambho manasi jantam deva bhagyam yatha purve sanjayanana upaste.
In the ancient caves of India, under the watchful gaze of the Himalayas, a practice was born, not to compete, but to connect. Yoga, a union of body, breath, and spirit. For millennia, it remained a personal journey.
When you hear the word yoga, you probably picture calm music, deep breathing, people stretching.
But today, yoga is stretching its boundaries. From ancient ashrams to global arenas, yoga is now becoming a sport.
India is on the path of now making yoga sports discipline. And that is the S factor, S for sports, that we are taking up in this feature. Yoga is evolving into a competitive performance-based sport. This is what Lakshman Varatoria, who was part of the Indian team that won multiple honors at the recently held Second Asian Yogasan Championship, has to say about yoga and its future as a sport.
योग हमें इसलिए करना चाहिए, बॉडी फ्लेक्सिबल रहती है.
We should do yoga because our body remains flexible. If there is anything that is flexible, it lasts longer. And yoga helps in breathing. By controlling our breath, we hold the asana, and we get numbers only by holding time. And there are many benefits from it. For example,
आँख की रोशनी बढ़ती है. बहुत सारे कारण होते हैं योगा की.
your blood pressure remains normal, your face shines, your eyesight improves. There are many benefits of yoga.
ये बहुत अच्छी बात है कि योगा को स्पोर्ट के लिए ले आया गया, क्योंकि खेल से ही लोग और बढ़ेंगे, नहीं तो योगा थोड़ा.
It is very good thing that yoga has been brought for sport,
धर्म के लोग हमें
because people will grow only through sports. Otherwise, people think that yoga is only religious.
और ये बहुत
So if we play, all the religious people will accept our game, and it is a very good thing that yoga makes everyone healthy. So they will do asana and pranayama.
इसलिए स्पोर्ट में जोड़ना बहुत अच्छी बात है.
So it is very good thing to include yoga in sports.
2036 तक ओलंपिक जो होगा उसमें योगा का आना बहुत आवश्यक है.
Historically practiced as a spiritual and meditative journey, yoga was never intended to be competitive or performance-based. However, in recent decades, yoga has undergone a significant transformation, especially as it gained popularity in the West and among global fitness communities.
This evolution has seen yoga transition from a purely spiritual discipline into a widely recognized form of physical exercise and even a competitive sport. Structured with scoring systems and judged routines, has emerged in international arenas, prompting debates about its alignment with traditional values. Yoga is transforming from a centuries-old spiritual discipline into a recognized global sport. International yoga athlete Alan Rakhmanov from Uzbekistan was overwhelmed to participate in the Asian Yogasan Championship at Delhi, where she won herself a silver medal, and her coach interpreted her feelings as we asked about her journey.
He's quite young yoga practitioner. First, it is his first time to participate in any yoga competition. But you see how successful he is.
On yoga as a sport in Uzbekistan,
Какие-нибудь соревнования или что-то йога как спорт это было для тебя?
Первый раз, first.
So in our country, yoga more and more popular every year, and we like federation try to involve all our country, all people in our country in this process. Кто у нас больше занимается? Вот такие дети, взрослые, как
Абсолютно все возраста у нас. Сейчас выбираем.
Now in Uzbekistan, yoga so popular. We've got yoga in kindergartens, in school, in universities, and our old generation also really like to do yoga. So
on the future of yoga as an Olympic sport.
I was quite surprised when I heard yoga started to be like sport, because I mean yoga is sport, and that's before it was impossible. But you know, in this competition, I can see how beautiful it is and how relevant it is now. I think it will be Olympic Games. Olympic Games, yeah, we will be there. Alan will be prepared. Anyways, it takes a couple of years, and I think he will prepare. He will be fully prepared for next competition, for Olympic Games as well.
In the West, yoga has become a fitness trend, while in the East, especially in India, yoga has long been practiced in schools, gyms, and even national competitions. That's right, India has hosted competitive yoga events for decades. So, what is competitive yoga? Well, in competitive yoga, participants perform a series of poses called asanas in front of judges. They are scored based on balance, strength, flexibility, and overall presentation. Think of it like gymnastics or figure skating, only quieter, with more focus on control and composure.
There are now national and international yoga sports federations. In fact, the International Yoga Sports Federation, founded in 2019, is working to standardize competitive yoga worldwide. Even the International Olympic Committee has taken notice. While yoga isn't in the Olympic yet, organizations are lobbying for it to be included in the future. So why is yoga becoming a sport?
One reason is visibility. Competitive yoga showcases the incredible athleticism and artistry behind the practice. It inspires young people and brings a new level of excitement to something traditionally seen as slow or static. Another reason is opportunity. For some, sport yoga opens doors to scholarships, national recognition, or even international fame. In India, yoga is now part of many school athletics programs and even included in national sports rankings. Here is what Program Officer of Akashvani Dehradun, Sankalp Mishra, has to say as he recently covered Yogasan events in the Khelo India Youth Games
The complex asanas of Yogasan sport at 7th Khelo India Youth Games created a true spectacle in Bodh Gaya, adding one more star to the rising popularity of this ancient yet modern discipline. On the stage, competitors displayed strength, balance and rhythmic beauty with the Mahabodhi aura in the backdrop. Games brought together nearly 300 young Yogasan athletes from across India competing in 4 formats. Artistic single that displayed individual flow of complex poses. We saw synchronized duos in artistic pair, rhythmic pair showcased graceful asanas set to music, and traditional Yogasana which stays true to the classical form. Talking of artistic and rhythmic events, Maharashtra emerged as the dominant force, bagging golds across multiple categories. But its long-lasting dominance was challenged by Rajasthan. Traditional Yogasana event, the game was dominated by West Bengal and Assam. From fluid backbends to gravity-defying balances, the performances blended yoga discipline with visual artistry, earning loud applause from packed stands. Many coaches praised the digital scoring and music-backed routines, which made the sports more appealing to the youth and spectators alike without compromising its yogic roots. Yogasan is scheduled to be a display event at 2026 Asian Games in Japan. It has very strong chances to enter into the medal tally of 2030 Asian Games, where India is putting efforts to host 2036 Olympics, and Yogasana may become a medal event of the Games.
Yogasan as a sport involves performing specific yoga postures with precision, strength, flexibility and balance, all within a structured and timed format. Athletes are judged on alignment, difficulty, stability, and presentation, much like in gymnastics or figure skating. Unlike regular yoga sessions, this is about showcasing mastery in a performance setting, often in front of judges and audiences. But let's be clear, it still respects yoga's core principles. Breath control, mental focus, and inner calm remain central.
Holding a pose like a scorpion or a peacock under pressure in front of a crowd for 30 seconds is no small feat. Athletes must train rigorously, not just physically, but also mentally, staying composed under judgment. This involves core strength, flexibility, control and endurance, and mental clarity and emotional stability. Just as martial arts evolve into competitive karate or judo, Yogasan sport is a celebration of discipline and body awareness. It's not about ego or defeating others. It's about personal excellence and inspiring the world with what the human body can achieve. Yoga athlete Kishan Kumar Mishra enlists how Yogasan as a sport works.
इसमें 5 प्रकार होते हैं, जैसे हैंड बैलेंस होता है, बॉडी ट्विस्ट होता है.
There are 5 types of Yogasan when it comes to sport. Hand balance, body twist, forward bend, backward bend, supine. There are 15 seconds hold in yoga. We look at posture, stability, power, face, smile. We are judged as per number given to us by the judge. We get points out of 10 numbers as we move ahead for medal rounds.
ये होता है इसमें टेक्निकल. इसमें 5 प्रकार होते हैं, जैसे हैंड बैलेंस होता है, बॉडी ट्विस्ट होता है, पोस्चर.
There are hand balance, back bend, forward bend, body twist, and other technical aspects in Yogasan. All these have been combined for different positions, while there is also a musical event. There is artistic single, pair, rhythmic and artistic group. We get points according to our performance.
बाकी हमारा रूल जो है बहुत बढ़िया है.
Our rules are very good and transparent. We get point for each move and how stable we are while performing the yoga. And it depends upon the way you bend and hold.
पोस्चर दिखा लें.
Today, yoga sports competitions are held not just in India, but in Europe, the US, Latin America, and Africa. Yogasan as a sport is not a departure from yoga's essence. It's a new chapter in its evolution. It combines the spiritual grace of ancient practice with the discipline and the drive of modern athletics.
Yogasan inspires a generation not just to do yoga, but to excel in it. And in a world full of distractions and division, this blend of movement and mindfulness might be exactly the kind of sport we need. Yoga has been widely practiced across continents for decades as a form of physical and mental well-being. Since the early 2000s, the focus began shifting towards competitive forms of yogasana, especially in the West, where practitioners started organizing performance-based events.
In 2020, India announced efforts to include yogasana in the Olympic movement, recognizing it as a national sport. That's a huge step in giving yoga a place on the global sports stage. So here is a detailed breakdown of how yoga as a sport can be categorized.
In sport yoga, athletes perform a set of sequence of postures within a fixed time limit, usually 3 minutes. The competition is often divided into categories such as youth, adults, and seniors. On the other hand, we have beginners, intermediate, and advanced level. We also have men's and women's divisions. When it comes to competitive divisions, athletes typically perform 6 postures, 3 mandatory, 3 optional, which are chosen based on individual strengths. These postures are assessed by a panel of judges who score based on technical execution, stability and control, alignment, breathing and expression, difficulty of the posture, just like in gymnastics or diving. Deductions can be made for wobbles, incomplete poses, or time overruns.
This is what 16-year-old Ritvik, who won gold medal for India at the second Asian Yogasan Championship in New Delhi, has to say as he sets his eyes on a possible Olympic gold medal.
I
started yoga when I was 12 years old. Now I am 16 years old. I am very happy that I have won a gold medal for India in Asian Games. Guruji told me to practice yoga, so he put me in the yoga field. And my coaches gave me a lot of attention, Mr. Gajraj ji and Mr. Yashdev Singh Gachwan, and it is their grace that I am capable of this today.
अभी तक तो ठीक है, पर आगे ओलंपिक के अंदर ज्यादा कंपटीशन होगा और मुझे ज्यादा
So far so good, but there will be more competition in Olympics and I will have to work harder.
जयदेव जी आर्य सर बोल तो रहे हैं कि 2036 तक ओलंपिक के अंदर जाएगा. मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि योगा को ओलंपिक में
Jaydev ji and Arya sir are saying that yoga will reach Olympics by 2036. And I will try to represent yoga at Olympics.
In the US, yogasana as a sport began gaining attention in early 2000s. One of the major catalysts was the USA Yoga Federation founded in 2009. This organization began hosting regional and national competitions and even sent US athletes to international events. In England, the British Wheel of Yoga, the UK's governing body for yoga, supports educational and teacher training programs. While it doesn't yet organize competitive yogasanas, other organizations are filling the gap.
Groups like Yoga Sport UK and international bodies like the International Yoga Sports Federation (IYSF) are working with UK athletes and yoga schools to train competitors and promote yogasana as a recognized sport. England has started to send athletes to international yogasana competitions, and finally in India, we have yogasana under different categories such as traditional, artistic, rhythmic yogasana and pair or groups.
There are age-based divisions: sub-junior, junior, senior and masters. Both boys and girls, men and women participate from schools, colleges and professional academies. India has played a major role in the global yogasana movement and not just developing it at home. India has pushed for yogasana to be included in international sport events like the Asian Games. The first National Yogasana Sports Championship was held in 2021, featuring over 500 athletes from across 30 states and union territories. India is also working closely with the International Yogasana Sports Federation to set global rules and judging standards.
Today, almost every country practices yoga, and its impact has been surreal. Let us now reflect more on the transformation from yoga to yogasana. So here's how yoga as a sport is trending as we spoke to Umesh Narang, who serves as jury member for World Yoga Federation, as he reflects on the judging system in yoga.
We have a specific code of points for all the events of Yogasana. We have specified the asanas. We have compulsory asanas and optional asanas. Optional asanas are 250 and compulsory asanas are 5. So the player has to choose 2 asanas for traditional events and for other events 5 asanas. We have a dedicated software for marking, and in the code of points we have the judging points, then micro marking systems. So every player has to perform the asana as per the specifications provided in the code of points. So we give marks for any deviation from the asana postures, its mounting asana, dismounting of asana. Then we have some penalties for wrong performance of asana. Then we have sequence of asanas. So they have to perform in sequence. So we have penalties. Marking is done in this way.
Umesh Narang on how marking in International Yogasan Championship works.
We have only one marking system as per code of points specified by the World Yogasana, our parent body for all the world events. That is being followed in Asian and that is being followed in nationals of India also.
Does he see any changes in the marking system if it goes international? Yogasan jury member Umesh Narang.
We started this marking system 5 years ago when first time code of points were made. We have made lot of improvements in that in last 5 years, and the present system we have evolved is for Olympics, coming Asian Games and step 2 Olympics. This code of points and the marking system has been duly approved by the Sports Authority of India, and for the present we have made it to go for Olympics also. So let's hope for the best.
As India takes a giant step towards its dream of hosting the Olympics, yoga could be one of the sports which could attract significant interest. One of the best nations when it comes to yogasana as a sport, India has the best infrastructures in the world. The athletes have already gained fame and showcased their talent on the global stage. While the athletes are doing it on the stage, behind the stage, the Yoga Federation of India has stood with them all with great enthusiasm. So we caught up with the president of Yogasan Federation of India, Udit Sheth, and he reflected on Yogasan's journey as a sport.
2019, we had a very record-breaking, path-breaking meeting at Coimbatore where the Ministry of Ayush had invited me to pitch the requirement of Yogasana as a sport. Yoga is a very large field and you can't package it into a competitive sport because there are parts of it which are kriyas and meditation. The only asana part of it, we actually packaged it into sport. So we said that Yogasana as a sport should be developed. And at that time, myself and my Secretary General, Dr. Tiwari ji, and our Treasurer, Rachit Kaushik ji, and when we formed Yogasana as a sport, very soon we put up the national body, incubated it in Ayush, and then we put it into sport. So we also developed the entire manual and also the electronic scoring system. And now we have our federation across all the states. We have more than 600 districts which are now part of Yogasana sport. We have more than 2 lakh athletes which are in the ecosystem. And we do the national championships, the Khelo India Games, University Games, National Games. And next year we are at Nagoya, Japan as a demo sport. Objective is to go to the Olympics. And more importantly, we need to unite all the countries to participate into the sport. So while we don't dilute the tenets of yoga, we take it out of spirituality and take it into sport. Recently, with the Asian Championship in Delhi, 21 countries, 87 medals, 83 gold medals. It's unprecedented and it's only a start. We do regular training programs for coaches, upcoming coaches. So we are utilizing the SAI's international education platform to actually train judges and coaches globally. And more that we develop, the better we can be as a federation.
Today, we might know yoga as the cultural route for transformation in physical aesthetics to modern-day fitness routines. However, Yogasan is deeply rooted in Indian philosophy and aims for the integration of body, mind, and spirit. With technology and modern science now being a blend, yoga is expected to have a huge transformation in the coming years. To reflect more on it, let us listen to how Yogasan transformation in technology era could shape the modern world.
One of the biggest ambitions for Yogasan's future is inclusion in the Olympic Games, and the journey has already begun. The IYSF is standardizing competition formats, rules, and judging criteria. National Federation in India, the US, and others are training athletes and hosting international championships. The push is on to include Yogasan in events like the Asian Games, the Youth Olympics, and eventually the main Olympic platform. If this happens, it will not only bring global attention but also place India's cultural heritage on the world's biggest sporting stage.
Like everything else, Yogasan is also being shaped by technology. Virtual championships, especially during the COVID-19 era, allowed global participation online. Apps and wearables are now being used to track posture accuracy, flexibility, and progress. AI-based training tools could help athletes correct alignment and improve technique in real time. As we move forward, technology will play a crucial role in coaching, judging, and expanding access to Yogasan sport worldwide.
The future of Yogasan as a sport is not just about competition. It's about transformation. It's about blending the discipline of sport with the depth of tradition. It's about reminding the world that strength can be silent, power can be still, and success can be as much about inner peace as outer achievement. Let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible benefits yoga offers. It's more than just a stretching or physical exercise. It's a journey towards balance, inner peace, and resilience. Through regular practice, yoga improves flexibility, strengthens muscles, and boosts immunity. But beyond the physical, it sharpens the mind, reduces stress, and enhances emotional well-being. In a world that moves fast and demands so much, yoga teaches us to pause, breathe, and reconnect with ourselves and with the present moment. Whether you're looking to improve your health, find clarity, or simply feel better day to day, yoga has something to offer. Roll out your mat, take a deep breath, and let yoga guide you towards a healthier, more centered life. Who knows, the S Factor wins you a ticket to an Olympic gold as well.
योगा ही करूंगा, योगा टीचर बनूंगा, इंडिया के लिए गोल्ड मेडल लाऊंगा, ओलंपिक में गोल्ड मेडल लाऊंगा और उसमें भी मैं और रोहन पेट में लाएंगे गोल्ड. It's a dream for me to achieve in Olympics.
That was the feature Yog, the S Factor, written by sports journalist Aditya Pimpale. The narration was by Manoj Mainkar and Lucy Chattopadhyay. Other voices included Abhishek Tiwari, Gaurav Chandra, Maheshwar Sharma and Nitish Arora. Produced by Nitish Arora, this was a presentation of Central English Features Unit and came to you from the Delhi station of Akashvani.